semifinal opponent, Tony Reyes. The 28-year-old out of San Jose, California, looking for his first PBA Tour win. Delutz up first. That's the way to open up. Now let's talk about first about Tony Reyes. He has been sitting. Is this any advantage for him?
Well, I think the advantage for him is going to be the fact that the lanes are settling down a little bit now. That they've had some time to go through transition, had some time for the lanes to just break down a little bit. And I think that's what we need to get the 10 pin to fall finally.
You want to watch a guy that feeds off the energy of the crowd. Keep your eyes on that young man right there. Shannon, I know you're home. Tony Reyes' lovely wife watching. Tony was talking a lot about you last night, like Chris Barnes was with his wife, and wish you were here.
See what Tony did on his way to here, his road to victory. Taking care of Ryan Schaefer, Justin Romick, and hometown guy Ray Edwards. Tony Reyes, the Big Easy. Our version of the Big Easy.
A big, high backswing by Tony. This is such a grind for the players. I mean, you think about it. You bowl a couple of days in Long Island. You make the 2-hour-plus trip up here. I tell you, this is a tough week for these guys.
This is enough to send somebody into shock. When you're a professional bowler, you leave an 8-10 in the pocket.
Oh!
It's not a good thing. It doesn't sit real well on you mentally. It's the exact same thing Walter Ray left in his match, the second frame. Watch him try to slide that 8-pin over. Actually, you can't really slide it. You got to get it to bounce out of the pit. Take the 10 out.
It's the wild card, and again the 10 on the right lane.
I really like what Tommy's doing. I think that he's got the right idea. His speed's a little softer. He's going around a little bit. I think all he has to do is manipulate it with his hand to change his rotation just enough to get that ball to finish a little bit harder than the
Last title for Tommy was back in 1999. That was in Lakewood, California, where he was the top seed, and he beat Tony Reyes. 223 to 186. The man who loves to collect muscle cars, kidding him last night. I said, so with the $40,000, if you win it, will you buy another? He said, I'm done. I've got the car I want. We're done collecting cars.
He's downsizing. Told us this week the keys to winning for him today would be striking a lot. Seems to be a problem for everyone.
Oh, lane, but he gets the kick on the left.
I'm a upset.
Great action on the backside.
Take a look at what this ball does in the back end. This ball looks like it's going to be too light in the pocket. And then watch the U-turn, just catching enough of the head pin.
Now, Randy, you and I have talked about this before with Tony Reyes. Watch his first couple of steps. He has to be slow.
Said his key for him was keeping his first 2 steps slow, keeping his upper body straight.
And he masters the right side. Chris Barnes, basically the same. Both these power players, they want the body to catch up with him.
Well, Tony's a real big, tall guy. He's got a high backswing to begin with. If his backswing, if his back were to lean over at the start, it would make his swing go up even higher, making this backswing too steep on the way down. Start getting that rocking motion from the waist up. It changes, the focal point of an arm swing. You want that to stay nice and pendulum. Real important for him, keep that upper body nice and tall.
Both players with a couple of strikes. Reyes, though, leaving the second open. Same lane as Walter Ray Williams did.
And that's the normal adjustment. Guy leaves an 8-10, which he was very surprised. And to be honest, I was real surprised. Makes the adjustment. He moves a little bit right. He's a 4, but watch how tight the ball is to his ankle. Look at that.
A little more hook than we've seen.
That backswing was pretty high.
Way up. Well, he's looking at the lanes now. Once again, the word A, the A word, adjustment. It's Tommy Delutz now up by 12 as he bowls in the 4th. Well, Tommy just wants to make sure that the $36,000 he won a couple of years ago was no fluke by winning a tournament. The English, and it works. Randy, have they given you the call yet to go up in the booth with them?
Well, Foxborough's just right down the road. I'm going to see if I can get a seat next to Mike, Paul, and Joe. You know, the Rams they're Randy's team.
They need a gopher. I'm sure they'd accommodate you.
Kurt Warner, Marshall Falk, Oz Hakeem. Let's go.
From the left side lane, Tommy Delutz is feeling it.
This goes to show you what angle and ball speed and revolutions can do for you. Tommy's one of the few that's figured out how to get the 10-pin to fall. Take a look at his line, much further left than Tony Reyes. A little bit softer speed. Hand rotating under and around the ball, gets to 6 to cut the 10 out.
And here's Tony Reyes. Just changed new equipment this week. Said it's been a big turnaround. His mind has been clear. Thought he was going to take the week off. Beautiful. Well, the footwork of the pros with Dexter. Let's take a look at some of the footwork that we've been seeing.
A Dexter solution this week for the ball and center, which had wood approaches, was number 7 heel and number 4 sole. The same combination will be used today on the synthetic lanes, as I am a stroker-type power player who uses a longer slide to throw the best shot possible.
I will keep an eye on the footwork of Tony Reyes. There's the strike. Good slow first couple steps for Tony Reyes. He gets the strike, but he still trails in the match by 22 pins. Reyes, Delutz Jr. We continue from Connecticut after this. We welcome you back to the Long Island Open, the PBA Tour, Mohegan Sun Arena, a tremendous crowd on hand. And let's take a look at Tommy Delutz. You know, he told us that he was going to go a lot straighter, but he hasn't done that. He is hooking the ball a little bit more.
Different surface. He's on synthetics now. Ball's hooking a lot more in the back end. He's playing the right lane, which is this lane, or deeper than the left lane. Obviously, ball speed, absolutely perfect. Leads by 12.
Tommy making his 3rd TV appearance this year. Finished 4th in Tokyo, 3rd at the PBA National Championship in Toledo.
And Tommy's getting his wood on. This guy is getting lined up. He's getting the ball in the 1-3 every time. Getting the ball to take the 10-pin is not even an issue. When you throw him like that, there's no wood left.
And the lead has grown to 32 for Tommy Delutz Jr. Now you're Tony Reyes, you're sitting, you're waiting. I mean, mentally, it's got to be just going over and over in your brain what you have to do to try to get back into this match.
Well, you know, Tony hasn't really done anything that bad, with the exception of leaving the split in the 8-10 split in the 2nd frame. He's hitting the pocket.
Now the door is still open.
Stubborn, huh?
Tommy walked back from that shot shaking his head yes. You know, there are times when players throw a shot and they know they're going to leave a ring in 10. That was one of them. Sometimes you get the ball a little bit left off your hand, hits a little bit more oil, pushes a little bit longer down the lane, finishes late. That extra angle a lot of times will cause the 6 to go up and around the 10.
Picks it up. Tommy Delutz continues to lead by 31. Tony Reyes needs to get something going and get it going quickly. Said he was getting away from his A game, Andy, and he had to get back to what his A game was. He said he wanted to continue to build his confidence, but now he trails by 31, but he is working on a couple.
He said he was going to take this week off. He actually did take it off mentally because all he was trying to do was work out his new equipment.
There it is. He said he was going to start out slow and then become more aggressive. Now's the time to do it. 3 in a row, and the 7th now for Reyes.
Well, I think this is a big shot coming up on this left lane. It's the lane where he did leave the A-10. followed it up with a 9 spare, leaving the 4-pin. He did strike on it the previous frame in the 6th. This is a big shot for him. This pulls him to within 11, but it also gives him a lot of confidence on the left lane. He's wired on the right lane.
The 10. Well, all the PBA players try to do is give themselves chances, and that's what Tony Reyes is trying to do. I don't think kisses and hugs are going to help those 10 things.
Well, you know, the hardest part on the sport condition, number one, is getting your ball to the pocket on a consistent basis. Once you figure that out, then you tweak your equipment. Get the ball to strike when it hits the pocket. These guys didn't have that luxury. You know, they were probably using completely different equipment all week long, but they all did say the same thing. They had to come here to the Mohegan Sun with an open mind.
That's right. Now Tommy Delutz leads by 22, working on a spare. Possible 248, 227 for Tony Reyes. Delutz is working on a possible 259.
Well, right now, Tommy Delutz is going at a 229 pace. Tony Reyes can strike out for 227. So in order for Tony to win this match, he needs a little help from Tommy. Don't think he's going to get it.
Tommy has been just focused in from the second he showed up at the arena, which was probably at 10 o'clock this morning, Eastern time. He was just, his mind was right there. You could see it in his eyes.
He's battling a cold. He's been battling a cold for some time. Not feeling 100%, but when the adrenaline gets going like it is now, there's nothing going to stop this guy.
Well, TD is rolling.
TD with a great touch. Gets the 6 to cave the 10 in.
He has won just over $42,000 this year on the tour. He can almost match that. Tommy Delutz Jr. can with a win today worth 40 grand. But Tony Reyes still has a slight glimmer of hope. Well, the hope's alive.
Good lane for Tony. Here's the situation. Tony's got to strike out in the 10th frame to have any chance. If he doesn't, Tommy Delutz is going to advance to the championship round. You know, everybody has had problems on the right lanes except Tony Reyes. He's had success on the right lane, but yet he is losing. Go figure, huh? I know. Nobody can hit the right lane.
No.
Tony's in the right lane.
And then he probably will not advance, barring an unforeseen miracle here. Tony had a great match play, only losing 3 games. But the match right now is in the hands of this man.
Tony Reyes didn't leave that 8-10 in the 2nd frame. If that was a strike, this match would be all even.
Good point.
But
if and buts for cans of nuts.
I know he did leave it, so needs to strike out, force Tommy Delutz to mark in the 10. Winner advances championship match.
10 pins afraid of everybody.
Tommy Delutz is your winner.
And Tommy Delutz will be bowling his 3rd game of the afternoon, and it will be for $40,000. Tony Reyes put up a fight.
It's not enough for me.
Tony pick up the spare. The left lane giving him problems today, but Tommy Delutz Jr. will advance to the finals in the championship match, looking for his 2nd PBA Tour title.
Real nice to see that man bowling real well again. It's a good week for Tony Reyes. He can build off of this. Excuse me.
The man who is building right now is Tommy Delutz. Can anybody put the fire out? Standing in the wings, it is Chris Barnes as he advances to the championship match. We will have that